from your breaking news and weather authority. This is 13 WHAM News at 5.
A mother who survived a terrifying machete attack confronting the man who forever changed her life as he's sentenced to 20 years.
I don't think it's long enough, honestly. I mean, because of what I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. But, you know, it's just the way justice goes, I guess.
She lived to tell, and now the survivor of that horrendous attack saw her ex-boyfriend hauled off to prison. Good afternoon, I'm Matt Malloy.
I'm Karen Edwards. Tina Schreib suffered life-altering injuries and lost half of her arm. Her ex-boyfriend, David Lampman, was initially charged with attempted murder, later pleading guilty to assault. 13
WHAM's Carly Miner was at the Hall of Justice for today's sentencing and spoke with the survivor and shares her message tonight. Carly, good evening.
Yeah, Matt, Karen, the courtroom was packed today as David Lampman was sent to prison. We do want to warn you, this story contains graphic details about that attack. Tina Schreib faced her attacker and former boyfriend for the last time Friday.
It's kind of relieving, I think, at this point.
Just before the judge sentenced David Lampman to 20 years in prison, Schreib gave a victim impact statement in front of the courtroom.
These were the last words that he was ever going to hear me speak. And I wanted them powerful and impactful and to have him remember them for the rest of the time he is in jail.
Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Sarah Van Strijdonk shared the gruesome details about the night of April 18th, discussing the 911 call Schreib made.
The things he was saying, which are not eligible to be on TV, were horrendous. And you know what's happening to her as he's saying these things. It was a 25-minute call with an open line, and it was hard to get through the first 3 minutes. This one was different because you heard it happening. So to acknowledge that it exists is one thing, but to actually hear it while it's going on, and basically the ultimate act of domestic violence, because by all means this should have been a homicide.
In October, Lampman pleaded guilty to first-degree assault, avoiding a trial. Schreib's family and friends, along with Rochester police officers, were in the courtroom.
This one was personal to them in that, as I've said, there was pieces of it that stick with you and will stick with you.
Nearly 8 months later, Schreib says she's relieved her attacker is heading to prison and she can begin to move on.
I'm going to advocate for other women and other victims and try to get them to see the red flags and tell them that they're worth it.
If you are in crisis or know somebody who is, we have a list of resources that can help on 13wham.com.